Hello my friends, it's Buck Weezer. This is Buck's Small Engine DIY on YouTube, and you're looking today here at a Troy-Bilt Bronco. And this tractor was delivered to me with a specific complaint. It's got a 19 horsepower Briggs Intech engine. The engine starts and runs, but the tractor will not move neither forward nor reverse. So we began to dig into it, and fortunately it's not a big deal, and I thought this might be good to share with our friends on YouTube who might have a similar tractor. Basically, this has a 1-speed transmission. It's 1-speed forward or reverse. It's a CVT transmission, and you can shift here, forward, reverse, or neutral. And the way it works is the tighter you make the belt on the variable speed pulley, which I have removed from the tractor right there, the faster you'll go. So it's a fairly simple system. So this was delivered to me. It wouldn't move in any direction. So right here at the back under the seat, we removed the battery and have access to everything down there. And you see that hole right down there? That's a bearing block, and the variable speed pulley slides right in there and bolts from underneath. And I found it had popped out. It had popped out of that block, and that's why it wasn't going anywhere. And you can see here that the shaft is kind of chewed up on this pulley. So other than that, it seems all right, and it bolts from underneath. And look, I found the bolt and the washer sitting on the transmission right down there. So that's pretty convenient. So I decided we need to simply replace that and show you how to do it. It's not that complicated. I bought another one right here, and I decided to go with the aftermarket pulley. The OEM was like 125 bucks, but I got this. You know, you can get these aftermarket for $20 to $35. And is there that much difference in quality? I don't know. Sometimes I think they're cranked out of the very same factory, and there's no point in paying 125 when you can get it for 25 or 35. And this tractor is, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old. But we're just going to pop this guy in, and we should be back in business in a very, very short time. So I did take a look at the bearings down there, and they seem to be in pretty good condition in the way they move smoothly. And I'll just show it to you from down here. This here is the bearing block, and I'm not going to have a lot of room, but I think I'll be able to get that bolt back up in there. But these bearings move quite well, so I didn't want to change out the block. Thought we could get away with just replacing the variable speed pulley. So that's what we're going to do, and we'll be back in business. Alright, it's going to be difficult, if not impossible, to really give you a good view of what I'm doing, but I'll try. I'm going to put just a little bit of grease on the shaft of the pulley, because I want it to be able to slide in there easily. Just like that. And I'm going to reach down in there, and our belts seem to be in good condition, so I'm going to try to put the variable speed pulley on before I slide it in. And that one goes, well, let me see. I got to make sure I get this right. That's the lower belt. So I'm going to put that. That's the drive belt coming from the engine. So I'm going to try to put the belt in the groove of the pulley before I slide it into the bearing. So that might make our life a little easier. And I really can't see any better than you can. that's it. So he slides down into place. So that part's easy. Now this is our nut and washer. It's going to be a challenge to get it in from underneath because I just don't have a lot of room down there. I'm going to put red Loctite on this because I don't want it falling out again. I don't know if it had a thread sealant on it before, but I think it would be in our best interest to put it on this time. Don't you? So let me go look for the red Loctite. Alright, so here's a quick peek from below. I did get the bolt started, but I haven't fully tightened it up yet. A little challenging just because there's so little space there between the bearing and the axle. But I got it started, and I think I'll be able to get a wrench on that, and hopefully some way can, you know, kind of hold the pulley from up top and be able to torque it down. And yeah, I used the red Loctite, so hopefully that's going to help too. So it took a couple of minutes just to get it started, but I did. Now let's tighten it up. Well, the task now is to put the belts back on. So I put the bottom belt on. That's the one that, the bottom belt is the one that tightens or slackens with the foot pedal here. And it's the top belt, the shorter one, that's under constant tension, and there's a spring back in there on a pivoting arm that keeps that at a tight tension. But getting the belt on is the challenge. So I've got an assistant who will be helping me. I've hooked a fish tape around the arm, and she's going to pull against the spring, against that spring, and hopefully that'll make the belt slack enough that I can easily get it on the top groove of our pulley. And I just can't, there's no way for you to see this. So I'm just trying to explain to you what we're doing, but you won't be able to see anything because I'm going to stick my arms down in that hole. Alright, but that's the game plan. Okay, plan B for this top belt. I actually released the spring. It bolts up to the frame over there, and so that's where it's got to go now. So we do have the belt in place, and now I got to get that spring back clipped onto the frame. So let this hook. I don't know if that would be enough or if I'm going to have to use a wire. But I got to get a hold of that spring, pull it through this hole, and hook it right here. And that will be it. Alright, everything's back together. I was able to stretch the spring. The belts are in place. The new pulley's in place. All that remains is to test it out. And the part that I didn't show you is taking it apart, and that is these battery hangers. Go down in here. 2 of those. Second one. So we'll put our battery in right there. Let's see. Now, you know what? I should take my flashlight out before it gets stuck down there. That's better. And now we can drop the battery in place. Let's see. Positive down that end. Will that reach? Yeah, that'll reach. All right, we'll connect the battery and we'll test it out.